It's long past time we end the forever wars.
It is time to bring our troops home from Afghanistan.
We are working to finally end America's longest war.
The answer from the foreign policy establishment: stay forever.
Born in the war and I am growing in the war. It was imposed on people of Afghanistan. We were the first victims of this war.
Americans or any international forces cannot sit forever in Afghanistan. They also need to go back to their families.
Afghan people doesn't want that US to be forever there.
It should come to an end at some point.
Every good project or intervention should need a good end, and that should be done in a responsible and a stages way.
The peace process has given more power and more upper hand to Taliban.
They take those warlords, they take those people that have killed thousands of people.
Red carpets are laid for them. They are received as heroes, where rest of us that we have struggled for such a long time, somehow we are totally ignored.
The women of Afghanistan never was part of the war and part of the conflict. That's why that they didn't take it that much serious.
Women are fighting for peace on an everyday basis.
It doesn't mean that we have gone to fight.
An inclusive peace process is not simply the inclusion of political elites or armed actors.
Women participation is paramount importance.
We need to have women with track record of standing for women's rights and human rights and national interest.
Studies have found that women's groups were able to effectively influence a peace process. An agreement was almost always reached. Consultations with women's groups, with marginalized groups, haven't been adequate enough.
Just meeting with some women, this is not acceptable for the people of Afghanistan.
Afghan women must have a role in the negotiating table. They should have a role in the bodies that the Afghan government creates, where content and technical advice is formulated, and of course the various working groups.
They know how they can mediate, negotiate.
Afghan women have focused on constructing the country and coming with constructive initiatives rather than take any side in the conflict.
We have a lot to say. Unfortunately, we are still knocking the door.
Since the fall of Taliban, a lot has happened.
We have seen improvement in each and every sector.
We had 9 million children going back to school, 37% girls. Taliban time, there was no girls going to school.
A young girl, when graduated from school, she is immediately thinking about how to have access to master's degree, how to access PhD. We have women as a doctor.
Over 15% of teachers are women in Afghanistan. We have like 27% of women in politics. We have women as minister, we have women as NGO director. We have millions of women who are now head of households. They're supporting their immediate family. They're also supporting their extended family.
There is no way that you can compare Afghanistan of today with Afghanistan of 2002. There is no way. We are very grateful with the support that we got from the international community and from the US. But we found that US is very much in a rush when it comes to peace process.
Any hasty American withdrawal from Afghanistan would jeopardize the achievements that Afghans and its US partners have fought so hard, have given so much to.
It's very much important that we have the peace, but the type of peace that will help us out to move on, not at the cost of losing what we have achieved so far.
Without guarantees to safeguard the achievements of the past 18 years, these talks will only clear the way for the Taliban to shape the political order.
This withdrawal plan should ensure more stability in the country, not give leverage to conservative forces in Afghanistan that could change the politics back to square one.
There should be step by step.
Every phase of withdrawal should be linked to deliverables.
There is a vacuum that's going to be created.
Then probably like Iraq and elsewhere, you do need to go back to the same mission again.
We are a small, tiny country, but in a very strategic position. Look at it from China's perspective, look at it from Russia's perspective, look at it from Iran's perspective, and then think what you're doing.
Afghan women want to move ahead.
Because we understand the value of the peace. We as women have been the biggest loser during war.
We are not asking for the US to fight our battle for us. We are asking for the United States to support us as we fight to protect our rights, our democracy, and our constitution.
We need inclusion of women not only in peace talks, but also in any serious decisions that we are talking.
Not only women participation, but meaningful participation.
We cannot afford any more bloodshed.
More than any people of the world, we need peace.